right, super exciting day. You can already see from walking in and right behind me, we're back at Universal Studios. Hope you enjoyed the video from last week featuring Ashley and Declan. I was stuck at work, so now we're back here. We're gonna check out what has changed since last week. We're not gonna waste any time because the lines are already starting to build. We're gonna run right through and start getting in lines. Join us on this experience. Okay, we're through the turnstile. They've got a little wall up. I know Ashley and Declan saw this last time, but it's all new to me, so come around. Oh, interesting. So here's a wall with, you know, pretend shrubs on it. Right, the wall continues all the way over to Hollywood Photoland, and then it opens up to what we're used to seeing. Well, so far at 10:30, which is an hour and a half after opening, crowd, at least right inside the entrance, are low, but it's still early and it's Saturday, which means it's probably gonna get busy.
Well, and also on our way here, I was looking, and Secret Life of Pets was standby wait. Now it's virtual only, so we had to go on the app and click virtual and get a pass for it. So we're gonna go at like 150.
Yeah, and that's true because we were trying to make the get ready for the virtual pass in the car in the garage when we got there, but it was not virtual. So we just selected our time, and we'll go try and do as much as we can before then, and before the lines start to really build. Well, anyone with Universal or Harry Potter recognizes the trees. We're right outside the Wizarding World, and because it was so busy last week, Ashley and Declan didn't actually make it in there. But since I am absolutely obsessed, we will definitely be going in there. Declan asked if we could go on Flight of the Hippogriff, which I imagine we should be able to. All right, so to kick things off, I think we're heading down to the lower lot right now. We're probably gonna go get in line for Jurassic World because we just checked, like 20 minutes ago, it was an 80-minute wait. I'm sorry, a 40-minute wait, but now it's an 80-minute wait. Again, it's 10:30, so it's been open for an hour and a half. Ashley said they did stand in line when it said 90 minutes last week, and it seemed to go pretty quickly. So we'll get in line and we'll check it out. We're gonna get the wet part of the day out of the way early so we have time to dry, because you do get, depending on where you sit, a little bit wet on that ride. So something I'm noticing is they've got every other escalator running. You can see they've got the middle one here and then the one on the far outside blocked off to keep, so we're not so close. Although it would be about 6 feet between people on this one. But that's fine. It's because of the limited capacity, they don't theoretically need all of them running. Here's your nice little shot of downtown Burbank with a big tree in the middle. Yeah, and here's another shot of the next set of escalators. They've got a straight up gate blocking we'll call it the number 2 and the number 4. So number 1 and number 3 are the ones running. Then you get a little sneak peek of the lower lot, and Declan, you can see him right there. He's looking at the green, which is gonna be the Super Mario World. Yep, and as you get off the escalator at the bottom, you got just a little glimpse of the Mushroom Kingdom over behind the studio store, which is super exciting. Of course, here's the entrance for Jurassic World. Looking to see, they're calling it a 50-minute wait now, so okay, it could be all over the place. We'll start a timer. We've got Declan with his watch on. We'll start a timer and see what it looks like. So to the left is Jurassic World, the ride, and then for those children that might be just a little too small, you've got the Dino Play for kids off to the right.
It's closed.
It's closed right now though, because, you know, I'm sure it's like a little jungle gym or something, so they're trying to encourage the distancing. Express would be that way, and General would be this way. And we're just General today, as normal, because Universal's really expensive for their express or front of line passes. So here's the queue right now. You can see the markings on the ground, and it looks like people are doing pretty good, like Ashley said from last week, which is encouraging, of course, because Ashley said they actually started way over there for their 90-minute wait, and we are right over here next to dinosaur footprints and dinosaur size chart. All right, so we're all the way up to the front front of the line, and we're at 34 minutes on the watch right now, so that definitely overestimated on the time, so that's exciting. It's a good sign for the rest of the day.
Out of containment. Active containment units are predator code. Repeat, ACU predator code. Please remain in the boat and stay calm. Asset control units are on their way. We want to move now.
Oh, I forgot just how steep of a drop that was. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. It's like vertical. All right, we're wandering down to the studio tour now, and very similar line layout as Jurassic World, where it just weaves back and forth. You can see the lines are set up the same way. They're all the same. Oh, we're all the way back to here. It says it's a 55-minute wait. It was a 90-minute wait for them last week. So that's exciting. Thank you. And we're right down this, and now we'll wait. We're gonna start a timer and see how long it takes. About an hour and 10 minutes later, we're finally in line to get on it. We've never been in the front tram, so we're gonna be the back row of the front tram, so that's exciting. And then the three that'll be behind us. And then they're walking through now to hand out the glasses, because they're just handing them to us instead of us grabbing them.
Thank you.
And then we'll board pretty much right now.
Oh my gosh! What in the world? Hang tight here, guys. We get these quite often. We're just gonna. Oh my gosh! California, man, hold on. Here, we'll be fine. Watch the yellow barrel. We put some bait attached to that. If the shark can get a hold of... Oh no.
Alright, we just got in line for the virtual queue, but you can see, let me get the camera up high. It is a very, very, very long line. Maybe it broke down, which is why we're here. I'm not really seeing any movement either. So maybe once it gets moving, they'll start moving. I don't know, but we'll keep you updated. All right, well, since we're standing in line, not going anywhere quickly, I'll see if I can get it to focus on my phone. It's really hard to tell because it's so bright out now. I can't really see what the camera can see. But in any event, We'll just look at some of the wait times right now. Super Silly Fun Land, 15. You got Harry Potter Forbidden Journeys, 20. Flight of the Hippogriff is at 25. And then Despicable Me, which actually is open, is 60 minutes. Mummy is up to 75, as is Transformers down on the lower lot. Also in the lower lot is Jurassic World at 90. Studio Tour, which we just got off, is also 90. And then closed attractions are Kung Fu Panda Adventure, Ollivanders, The Simpsons is closed, and then Secret Life of Pets, which is virtual only, which doesn't give a time, but there's no virtual line times left for the day right now. Line's starting to move here just a little bit, but still really quite slowly. We're still in the first of 1, 2, 3, 4 lines before we even get to the building. Alright, so we've been in line. It's been about 20 minutes since I last filmed the update, or the wait time. So Despicable Me, you'll see is down to 30, if you can see it. It's really hard to tell. But what caught my attention is Jurassic World. If you can't see it, I'll tell you, it's 180 minutes. That's 3 hours. The park closes in 2 hours and 45 minutes right now, so I'll watch and see if that goes up or down. We were thinking about trying to ride it one more time, but not with a wait like that. Alright, so we've been in line outside for just over 35 minutes, and we are basically about next to go into the building, but the queue continues inside. So the outside portion of the line so far has been about 35, I'll round it up, we'll say 40 minutes, just outside.
Don't eat anything weird off the sidewalk.
Yeah, a flying party. You can go home now. You've officially seen it all. This is capture. What are you filthy rats doing here? This is capture.
Wait, I want cats now! Eat up, let me out!
This plan was crazy. It shouldn't work. It shouldn't work.
Oh, I just got all wet.
What do you think?
Let's do a meeting.
You're so cute.
Just wait till you spend the night in this thing.
You welcome people. It's a celebration.
Yeah, you did it! You sat there and wild stuff.
Alright, so we're sitting down and eating right now after just getting off Secret Life of Pets. So I thought I'd take a minute just to kind of review the ride a little bit. The queue, obviously, I don't know if that's how the virtual line always is, or if it went down for a while and the line got long, but we were outside for, again, almost 40 minutes. Once we got inside, it moved very quickly. That queue is awesome. I've never seen a queue that I can think of like that before. It's super immersive. You're walking through the apartment complex with all the seeing all the different scenes. Very, very awesome. And the fact that it's like three-dimensional and there's animatronics all throughout it. It kind of reminded me of like Mr. Potato Head at Midway Mania, although his face is a projection screen. So then the ride itself, very rare dark ride for Universal. Very good. It's definitely obviously geared towards a younger crowd, but as an adult, I thoroughly enjoyed it. You're in the middle of the downtown New York street, so there's things to look at everywhere. Clearly, obviously, the camera didn't catch even half of what was there. There were some times when I was trying to move it quickly, so I apologize for some of the quick movements, but there was just so much going on as you're kind of slowly going through in your box, and Declan and I ended up in the pizza box. As far as the car itself, it is a little jerky as it's moving. It's not very smooth as it's making its turns. Kind of jerks around a little bit like this. Not bad, it's not aggressive, it was just enough for me to notice. And it's a nice lengthy ride too. I don't know, I'd say it's probably over 5 or 6 minutes long, probably longer than that. Definitely encourage you to try the ride if you haven't yet. Hopefully they get the virtual line worked out, and it'd be awesome if they open up virtual lines for everything, so that way they can minimize just having to stand in hours long lines. Yes, that was meant to be plural. I just checked, Jurassic World actually says reopen soon, so it must have gone down, but there's still several that are 90 minutes or more. All right, the best part of the day we've been waiting for. We're wandering our way back into Hogsmeade. I'm gonna greet the He asked Declan if he was having fun, and all he gets from Declan is a thumbs up. All right, so we're in line for a flight of the Hippogriff. We just got some super exciting news about our passes that I'll share with you in a moment. So Hippogriff, as always, was super fun. The only reason we're opting not to go on Forbidden Journey right now is only because he's too short. Ashley hates it, so we don't even need the child swap. So I'll go on it again this season at some point. We just don't need to today. So anyway, the super exciting stuff that we just found out is so we have the annual passes already. We get the platinum passes. And we know that when we get the passes for real, when they actually take effect in May, we get express lanes after 4 o'clock. Well, our passes aren't officially in effect yet, but we have been getting free parking. So we went and asked to see if we got the express lanes now while we're still just using our little paper slip. And they said just show the slip at the express line entrance and we get to go in. So that's exactly what we just did on Hippogriff, which is why we walked right on. So that's super exciting. That changes it. Ashley didn't know about that last week, otherwise they might have done things a little differently. But we've got about an hour 15 left. So we're gonna go see just how much trouble we can get into with express lane. All right, so we ran down to the lower lot. We are in line at Transformers now, express lane. We walked right up. I can see where we get the glasses. We'll probably be in line for 5, maybe 10 minutes. It's a 70-minute standby wait right now, so that's super exciting. I don't think I've ever had express lanes for the regular lines. We always get it for a Horror Nights, but never for just the parks.
Beg for mercy. Never. No more running recruits. He wants the offspark? He can have it. Oh no! Your bravery saved the planet. Well done, freedom fighters. Way to improvise, team.
All right, quick update. So we hit about 3 rides so far in the last hour and a half with the Express Pass, which was awesome. We went over to the Minions, and they did not have an Express Express lane open right now, because it's actually the technical rehearsal, which is likely why they opened it a little bit into today, and they're letting people go on it. So this is super exciting. I'm assuming that just means they're kind of testing it out for the bugs and everything to see if it's gonna work correctly, but we'll take advantage of it. And there's only 10 minutes left before the park ends, so it's a perfect time to get in this 30-minute wait, because as long as we're in line, which we are, we're good even if the park closes. So we're just taking advantage of the time. All right, so that's gonna wrap up my very first visit. Hello, squirrel. my very first visit back to Universal Hollywood, their second visit, and it was a day. I couldn't have asked for better weather. It like capped out at 65 all day. Maybe it felt a little warmer with all the pavement. I had a hoodie on for a little bit of the day, took it off. The sun wasn't too bad. It was out, but it was also cloudy. I didn't get sunburned at all. It was fantastic. So as far as the park, from some of the differences from last week to this week, one was Minions was open for the tech rehearsal, so that was exciting. We got to do that as the very last thing. We were the second to last group to board as well. Simpsons may have been doing something similar, though it wasn't advertising it on the app. We just kept seeing people in and out of that building, like actual guests, not just team members. So I'm not sure what that was about. As far as masks go and whatnot, super strict here about it. But don't get me wrong, that's generally a good thing. Even Declan, he stopped for 1 minute. He pulled down his mask just to put a little candy in his mouth, and they were right on him. Came over like, oh, please make sure he has his mask up. And that being said, it doesn't mean that we didn't see other people like in line and stuff when people weren't looking, you know, doing the wrong thing. But generally speaking, everybody was doing really the good thing, the right thing. And that gives me some hope and some promise for like Disneyland that perhaps it'll be very similar. So all in all, awesome day. We got to ride everything that we did want to ride, and even got to ride Jurassic World twice after we found out about our express lane after 4 o'clock. So we were able to get through that line in like under 10 minutes when it was an 80-minute wait otherwise. So we really hope you liked this video. If so, please give us that thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Ring that bell below, you get notifications of every future video. As always, please be kind and be real, and join us on our next experience.